Guys, I've gone to a point where I've truly been able to, like, truly consistently make over $40,000 or $50,000 a month reselling sneakers at 21 years old. I can truly say that now. And no, don't get me wrong, earlier last year I hit those numbers a few times, but throughout the last 4 to 5 months, I've been hitting those numbers every single month. So I guess it's just a clear sign that I've truly leveled up and now I'm slowly making more money. And that's just not even me trying to be cocky, but there's just absolutely zero way where there's gonna be a month this year where I'm gonna make less than $40,000 a month. And what's crazy is that back then when I was making $10,000 a month, I used to think that shit was a lot. Now it doesn't even cross my mind, bro. In case you guys don't know where I'm at right now, I'm currently in Miami. Guys, just take a good look at this view. Just take a good look at this view. I only got here yesterday, but just imagine waking up every single morning to this type of view. Bro, that's all you need to stay motivated. That's literally all I need to get inspired. But yeah, guys, the wealth here is insane. It would make you feel like your 40 or 50K a month is nothing. So where I'm from, obviously, I'm from Boston. It's not like a small city, but not too many people around me my age is making that type of money. But in Miami, I would kind of consider it more new money. A lot of people my age is making insane amount of money. And the hotel that I'm staying at is like $550 a night. Nothing crazy, but guys, I can't make this up. Downstairs, in the front, where all the valets are, bro, there's only supercars. There's only supercars. Yesterday I saw like 4 or 5 G-Wagons, like Lamborghini Huracans, McLaren 720Ss, just all like supercars. Dude, I probably saw more supercars yesterday than I did my whole entire life. And that's just how much wealth is around here. So hopefully, you know, one day I get to, you know, I work hard enough and the hard work pays off that I can move here after college. And you guys, same time around next year, I'll be officially done with college and you guys have seen the journey since freshman year. And the reason why I'm making this video is to really give you guys a better understanding of where I'm coming from right now, because 2 years ago, I was not nearly making the amount of money that I'm making now. I was probably making like $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and now I'm making $40,000 or $50,000 a month. So the reason why I even took a trip to Miami is intentional, right? It's not like I just came here to have fun and stuff, but obviously that is, but for the bigger purpose and for the bigger picture is to really visualize and feel, you know, what my life will look like after college. And you guys know I'm big on manifestation. Every single thing that I wrote down on my notebook, every single thing that I've said on this channel, I have done. I've truly done. I said I was gonna make $10,000 a month, I've done that. I said I was gonna make 20K, I've done that. I said I was gonna make 30K, I've done that. And now my next goal is to make $100,000 a month. Obviously I still have a whole entire year of college left, and believe it or not, going to college and staying in college was the best decision that I ever made, because it allowed me to meet more people, and not only that, it allowed my business to scale like 10x, because I've, you know, thought outside the box where how can I make money without being super hands-on with inventory, and how can I still run this business with very limited time. So I think that as long as you want to do it and as long as you want it bad enough, it's gonna happen, because guys, I was placed in a position where it was almost impossible. My college was out of state, you know, my business was very hands-on because I have to move and ship physical products, which is shoes, and I still been able to do it. So if you really want to do it, not if you want to do it a little bit, but if you really want to do it, bro, then I swear to God, anything is possible. Any single thing is possible. And what I'm saying now, where I'm gonna make $100,000 a month, that's gonna become a reality very soon as well. And I know I definitely need to make more videos like this, because I'm trying to show you guys that this is actually possible. Nothing is too out of touch. And if you guys think that I'm just speaking out of my ass, you guys can go back and watch all my old TikTok videos. That's when I first started like my business documentation on social media, to show you guys that this is possible. Because one day when I first started, I knew that I was gonna get to this point so I can look back and see where I was at. It was for documentation purposes for myself, but slowly you guys tuned in and you guys just followed the journey and you guys seem to like it. So I want to keep documenting my progress, not just for you guys, but also for myself. But also the biggest thing is I want you guys to use this channel and also use all my social media platforms and my message as motivation, nothing but motivation, not being cocky or not trying to brag in any type of way. But guys, like when I first started, I was making less than $1,000 a month, and now a few years later, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy to see how, like, if you just work hard for a few years, like everything can fucking change. Like your life could change. And I always knew that. I always knew that the work that I put in today, I wouldn't see results for consecutive months. Like I knew that when I first started out. I knew all those things, guys. That's why I was super disciplined, and that's why, like, even when I saw no results, I kept going. And the crazy part is when I first started, I saw no results for consecutive months, and I still had the mindset of going harder each day, trying to push myself 1% harder each each day, working 1% harder each day. And I did that. I stayed consistent, and I can truly say that I can feel that my life is slowly changing. It's a surreal feeling. And I'm not even trying to really edit this video too much. This is all first take, and it just feels crazy, bro. I really don't even know how to really describe it for you guys, but it feels insane. It feels insane when you started from nothing and you're finally getting the results. Bro, just to show you guys, with just my reselling business alone this month, we already made over $17,000 in profit, and today's day is March 12th. 12 days in, and we're already making about $20,000 from just one freaking business, bro. And I don't just have one business, I have multiple businesses, online businesses that accumulate to that 50K a month. So I just wanna make that clear that I don't just make $50,000 from one business alone. That's not true. And why don't I just actually break down to you guys how I'm able to make that much money reselling alone? Because I know a lot of you guys just watch me for reselling, so I'm more than happy to just kind of break this down. So what I do is called dropshipping. I'm sure this is not your first time hearing it on this channel, but what it is you're pretty much just leveraging two relationships on the supplier side and also on the buyer side, and you just got to connect the dots between the two, and then you're the one that's facilitating the deal. So that's what dropshipping is. In simple terms, that's what dropshipping is. It's not like e-commerce dropshipping where you have to use a Shopify store, you have to use like, you know, different like shit like that. So that's not what I do. I don't do like the e-commerce like drop shipping on like TikTok and stuff like that. That's not what I do. I do sneaker drop shipping, and it's actually a lot more profitable because it's instant money. You know, you don't have to wait for Shopify to pay you out and stuff like that, because they send the money to you as if like they're buying shoes from you, and you're just having the supplier ship directly to them. So obviously in this scenario, you need really good suppliers, and then you also need really good buyers as well. You need buyers that are able to come back to and buy weekly, and then you also need suppliers that are able to supply you weekly. So you're really taking advantage of the two relationships and then just really leveraging it there and just using it to make money. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's why I'm saying, like, the more people you know, the more money that you make in this game. And for me, I know a lot of buyers and I know a lot of suppliers. So for example, this guy needs Jordan 1s, right? And I know a supplier that has Jordan 1s for X price. And then I asked this guy, like, how much is he paying? And then I asked the supplier, what's the price? And then if the price difference makes sense, that's where I come in to make money. So hopefully I explained everything pretty well, but that's my main business model. And if you do it at scale, obviously that's one pair. But if you do it with, like, let's say 8,000 pairs or like 10,000 pairs a month, that's a lot of money that you guys can make without touching any inventory. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that you don't touch inventory when you're drop shipping. You're shipping directly from the supplier to the buyer's address, and they would think that they're buying from you. So that's my main business model. Obviously, it's hard to really replicate it. It's really hard to go out there and do it at high scale, because number one, you need a personal brand. Number two, you need people to trust you, which is, it comes from the personal brand. And number three, you need to have a list of like good buyers and also sellers, which is very hard to do. So I've kind of collected that list throughout the last 4 to 5 years. I've, tried my best to, put out the best content possible. And that's kind of how I found most of my suppliers and buyers, just to be completely transparent with you guys. So I think doing content really changed my life, and it really enhanced my business a lot, because without me doing content, there wouldn't be this like trust. There would definitely be a certain level of barrier, because I'm not constantly showing my face. But when I'm doing content, I'm constantly showing my face. I'm constantly showing how much money I'm spending, how much money I'm making. And I think it's just like the transparency, people just like it. And that's why they decided to work with me. And just being a good business owner goes a long way. But that's my main business model, and that's how I'm able to make a lot of money with reselling. And you guys can go out there and try drop shipping yourself at smaller scale, and then slowly build yourself up. Okay, here's a few very important things that I learned throughout the last 4 to 5 years that eventually allowed me to make the money that I'm making right now. So number one thing would just be a personal brand. I think that's extremely, extremely important. The reason why I even have my second business, my third business, is because of my personal brand. So without a personal brand, you can't really do much. The reason why you should have a personal brand is because it doesn't cost any money to start it, and it actually does a lot for your business. Believe it or not, it grows your business indirectly. So for startpreneurs, the reason why people join startpreneurs is because they see my content, they see the results that I produce on social media, and they join from there. And I think that if you guys don't have a personal brand, you guys are just at a huge disadvantage, because not a lot of people will trust you, number one. Not a lot of people will see your services and products that you're selling, number two. And number three is that when you have a personal brand, you're able to really grow, because you're targeting your specific audience, and It doesn't matter how many views you're getting. I don't think that's the biggest thing. I think just having a personal brand would just help a lot. So I think without my personal brand, I definitely would not be where I am right now. Number 2 is, as you start scaling your business, this is what I learned, is that you need a team. You need to start giving up more profits in the beginning, where you're paying them a little bit more money, but they're going to slowly grow into that role where the money that you're paying them is going to be well worth it, because the results that they're producing you is more than the money that you're paying them. So that's very, very important, because I realized that with a single man team, you can't scale a business. You can't do that. I've tried it. You can't do it. I have friends that tried it. They can't do it. You need a team, and you need people that help you. So if you want to go far and you want to do big things, you need a team to go with you. So I think that's very important, because the 3 things that I highly value is financial freedom, which is probably the easiest one to achieve. Number 2 is location freedom. That's a little bit harder. And then the hardest part would be location freedom. Location freedom requires a team. Time freedom requires a team. Financial freedom, you can really just do like, 20K a month by yourself, and I consider that financial freedom. But the thing is, you're not truly free if you're working 15 hours a day. And everybody got to go through that grinding phase. So depending on what phase you're at, don't take my word for it, but like I'm literally letting you guys know right now, depending what phase you're at. But if you're in that like starting phase, you have to trade your time for money. That's just how it is. You got to work more than what your time will be eventually worth, because being realistic is that your time is not worth a lot right now. So you got to work to get to that point where like your time is worth, your hour is worth like $200 to $300. But you gotta definitely work there. But I think having a team is very important once again. And then number 3, this is more like a smaller thing, but it's a very big thing as you start scaling your business with the team, is effective internal communication and good customer service with your clients. So I think the biggest thing that makes the difference is sending out voice memos. So I send out a lot of voice memos instead of sending out text. This definitely builds deeper relationship with your team and also with your consumers and clients. And what I do is I send out a lot of voice memos a day. For example, nothing is gonna go perfect every single time, and there's gonna be some problems that occur. For example, like a pair's missing, or like there's some defective stuff. Like that's the stuff that's gonna come with you running your business. And I think that if you just send out a voice memo, it would definitely like make the situation less worse, I guess, and make the situation, it brightens up the situation, I guess. But definitely it's a better way to communicate rather than sending out a long paragraph of text. So what I do is I just send out a voice memo, because sometimes when you're sending out text, you can't really tell by that person's tone. So like that message may not be intentionally disrespectful, but the way they read it, they might think it's disrespectful. So I think the way you communicate through voice memo is probably the perfect way to kind of express where you're coming from in your perspective. And then number 4, which is the biggest thing, is focus on actionable goals instead of numbers. That's everything that I've learned, and I'll talk about this one a little bit more in depth. The reason why I'm saying target actionable goals and not target numbers is because, let's just say I want to make $300,000 this year, or I want to make $100,000 this year, right? And that's not like a goal that you can actually go out there and do. So like I want to set goals that I can really take action on. So for example, if I want to make $10,000 a month, right, which is $333 a day, you break it down and you realize that, okay, what do I have to do to make $333 a day? You ask yourself how many shoes do you have to sell, at what margins, and where are you going to sell it? So like, for example, it's more realistic if you set, list 100 pairs on StockX today. Just something that you can actually take action on, because if you just say like, I want to make $1,000 a day, but that's not an actionable goal. So I think you guys need to set actionable goals. A lot of people don't set actionable goals, and that's why they don't achieve the thing that they said they're gonna achieve at the end of the year. And I learned that starting out, and what I did was the best tip that I can give you guys, and the best recommendation is set that big goal and then break it down to the smallest steps possible, and then go attack it each and every day. So I would have monthly goals, I would have like I would have annual goals, and then I would have daily goals that work towards those monthly, and then the monthly would work towards the annual goals, and that's how I do it. But yeah, I think that anything and everything is possible, guys. I don't think anything is too out of touch. I know I'm not trying to yap, but what I'm trying to give you guys is like real advice and real knowledge that I've learned throughout the last 4 to 5 years. I'm not giving you guys things that like, oh yeah, do this to make $10,000 a month. Like, that's not realistic. Or like, do this to make $10,000 a month next month. Like, guys, it took me years to get to this point. And I'm not saying that you guys need to take years, and you guys might, you know, be one of those that get lucky and maybe you work 1 or 2 years and you're making like 20K, 30K a month. Like, yes, absolutely. There's gonna be people that are smarter than me. There's gonna be people that are like dumber than me, and there's gonna be people that are luckier than me. But you know, I don't use time to kind of measure how successful I'll be. Rather, what I do is every single second that I have and every single day, every new day, I take advantage of it and I use it as a new opportunity to become better than yesterday. That's all I try to do, and I don't compare myself to anybody else. I think that comparison is just going to make you a lot less happier with your own achievements when you see people that are doing a lot better than you. But I still do it to this day to use it as motivation, but I don't do it to the point where like, oh, he has this, I don't have this. Why the fuck do I not have it? I don't think like that anymore. But everyone and anyone can do it, but at the same time, like just me being realistic, a very small percentage of people are able to make this type of money, and a lot of people are working 9 to 5 jobs after college. So if you want to change, you got to change your actions. If you want to become better, you got to do the things that not everybody is going to do. You got to do the things that 99% of people aren't willing to do. But yeah, I'm very ambitious, guys. I'm very ambitious. You can call me delusional all you want, but I've spoke every single thing I've said on this channel and every single thing I wrote down into a reality. So I don't need to prove it to anybody else but myself. And my next goal is to make $100,000 a month. And I know I can do it. I can definitely do it by the end of this year, and my life is gonna change, man. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I try to make more raw, realistic videos like this to show you guys that anything and everything is achievable. So hopefully you guys can just capture that message, and then also let me know what you guys want to see next. I'll see you guys in the next.